Only one daily habit to rebuild muscle strength after 60. No gym required. At the age of 80, many people face a troubling reality. The body can lose up to 50% of its muscle mass compared to youth. This is not merely an aesthetic or simple health issue, but a serious risk that threatens mobility, independence, and the quality of life for older adults. This condition is known as sarcopenia, age-related muscle degeneration, and it silently affects over 50 million elderly individuals worldwide. Even more alarming, each year, more than 300,000 older adults are hospitalized due to falls, primarily caused by significant muscle weakening and imbalances in the motor system. However, the surprising truth is that muscle loss is not an inevitable part of aging. Contrary to the common image of frailty and fatigue in old age, there exists a group of seniors known as superagers, individuals over 70 or even 80 who maintain exceptional strength, mobility, and physical prowess far beyond their years. They can climb mountains, play sports, move with agility, and live fully independently without assistance. Remarkably, many superagers outperform younger individuals in muscle strength tests. So, what's their secret? Studies from the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Medical School reveal scientifically backed strategies that can slow or even reverse muscle loss. Yet, 93% of older adults remain unaware of these methods, while many traditional medical guidelines fail to reflect the latest scientific discoveries. Another key insight: daily habits are the deciding factor. Seemingly small choices, from exercise routines and diet to the timing of protein intake, play a critical role in whether seniors maintain muscle mass, preserve independence, or gradually become reliant on others. Even a common daily misstep can activate muscle-degrading genes, quietly and persistently undermining physical health. These findings make it clear that aging doesn't have to mean weakening, not if we proactively care for our bodies with science-based approaches. The journey to reclaim and sustain muscle strength in old age is entirely achievable, and it begins with changing one habit at a time, starting today. One of the most critical and effective habits for seniors to recover and maintain muscle strength is progressive resistance training. Researchers at Tufts University call this the most powerful anti-aging intervention ever documented. Unlike gentle activities like walking, tai chi, or casual swimming, which don't sufficiently stimulate muscle maintenance, superagers adopt a radically different approach. They prioritize intensity over duration, performing compound movements like squats, deadlifts, push-pull exercises, and applying the principle of progressive overload, gradually increasing difficulty over time. A common mistake among seniors is sticking to the same light weights for months without progression. This leaves muscles in a lazy state, halting growth. In contrast, seniors who maintain exceptional fitness train to their temporary muscle limit, reaching the point where they can't perform another repetition with proper form. This threshold triggers powerful biological responses, boosting muscle protein synthesis and strength. A University of Alabama study found that just 2 30-minute sessions per week can increase muscle mass by an average of 3.3 pounds and strength by 35% after 12 weeks. Beyond that, it improves bone density, blood sugar control, and cognitive function. However, muscle strength isn't just about the muscles themselves. It starts with the neuromuscular junctions, the electrical bridges, that allow the brain to communicate effectively with the muscular system. Over time, especially after age 60, these connections degrade, reducing muscle control and reflexes, even with proper diet and exercise. The good news? Superagers have found ways to keep these connections lit up. Specifically, they regularly engage in activities requiring mind-body coordination, such as tai chi, dancing, tennis, or ping pong. These not only benefit cardiovascular health but also force the nervous system to activate muscle groups in precise movement patterns, preserving motor accuracy. A 2020 study in the Journal of Physiology showed that seniors participating in coordination activities at least twice weekly improved neuromuscular connection retention by 31% compared to those doing only standard exercise. Additionally, superagers supplement with compounds that protect neuromuscular health from oxidative damage. Alpha-lipoic acid and acetyl-L-carnitine are prime examples. Some also use vitamin B1 derivatives like benfotiamine, proven to boost acetylcholine levels, a key neurotransmitter for efficient muscle movement. Health-conscious seniors often practice deep breathing techniques like box breathing, to stimulate the vagus nerve, a vital player in maintaining neuromuscular links. Nutrition's role can't be overlooked either. Micronutrients, though small, have an outsized impact on muscle function. While traditional advice focuses on protein, carbs, or fats, superagers emphasize minerals and vitamins that trigger muscle protein synthesis. Magnesium, for instance, is deficient in over 70% of seniors. Its absence weakens muscles and disrupts over 300 enzyme reactions tied to muscle health. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with adequate magnesium had 30% stronger grip strength and better mobility than those lacking it. Creatine, often pigeonholed as a young athlete supplement, is highly effective for seniors. At 3 to 5 grams daily, it boosts strength, energy production in muscles, and even cognition. Methylated vitamin B12, methylcobalamin, is also critical, as seniors absorb it poorly due to declining stomach acid. B12 deficiency can sap muscle energy, weaken strength, and damage nerves. Trace minerals like zinc, selenium, and chromium further aid protein synthesis and insulin sensitivity, ensuring nutrients reach muscle tissue. Thus, through 3 key strategies, progressive training, neuromuscular protection, and micronutrient optimization, aging strength isn't just about avoiding decline. It's about scientifically rebuilding and enhancing muscle health. Beyond strength training and nutrition, a less noticed but profound factor in senior muscle health is chronic low-grade inflammation, or inflammaging. This subtle, persistent inflammation quietly damages muscle tissue, accelerating loss faster than regeneration. While many focus on protein intake or exercise, inflammation directly disrupts anabolic signals, the body's instructions to build and maintain muscle after meals or workouts. A Tufts University study found that seniors with high inflammation markers lost muscle mass 3 times faster than those with low levels, regardless of exercise or protein intake. This suggests that without inflammation control, other efforts may fall short. Here lies a key difference between superagers and most seniors. They actively manage inflammation daily through lifestyle, sleep, gut health, and diet. First, quality sleep is a priority. Superagers ensure 7 to 8 hours nightly in a pitch-dark, quiet environment. Poor or interrupted sleep can spike inflammatory cytokines by up to 40%, hastening muscle decline. Next is gut health, closely tied to immune responses and systemic inflammation. University of California research shows age-related gut microbiome imbalances trigger chronic inflammation. Superagers counter this by eating over 30 plant varieties weekly and incorporating fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut to boost natural probiotics. They also adopt smart exercise strategies, neither too light nor extreme. Instead of daily high-intensity workouts, which can backfire in older adults, they maintain moderate activity most days, paired with 1 to 2 short, intense sessions weekly. This keeps muscles agile while curbing inflammation from excessive physical stress. Finally, they follow a selective anti-inflammatory diet. Superagers regularly consume omega-3s from fatty fish or supplements, 2,3-G daily, curcumin from turmeric, polyphenol from green tea, olive oil, and berries. Per the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, these nutrients can lower CRP inflammation markers by 29% after 12 weeks. Managing chronic inflammation doesn't just protect muscles. It amplifies the effectiveness of all other habits. That's why superagers view it as the foundation for lasting vitality from within. Another deeply influential yet often underestimated factor in muscle preservation and recovery for seniors is vitamin D, dubbed the muscle vitamin by researchers. Long known for aiding calcium absorption and bone health, modern studies reveal its direct role in muscle protein synthesis and fiber development, especially critical past age 60. Statistics show over 80% of seniors are vitamin D deficient, with blood levels often below 20 Ing/ml, a severe shortfall. In contrast, superagers with superior strength and mobility maintain stable levels above 40 Ing/milliliter. This gap isn't random. A JAMA internal medicine study found seniors with optimal vitamin D had 25% greater muscle strength, plus better balance, coordination, and reflexes compared to those deficient. Vitamin D receptors in muscle cells prove its direct role in regeneration and protection. When activated, they trigger gene signaling cascades that promote muscle protein synthesis, a vital defense against age-related loss. Yet, optimizing vitamin D in seniors isn't as simple as sunlight daily. While sunlight is an effective natural source, skin synthesis drops by up to 50% with age. Thus, diet and supplements become essential. Healthy seniors eat vitamin D-rich foods like fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, egg yolks, fortified milk, and mushrooms, while supplementing 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily, tailored to blood test results. A key caveat: vitamin D works best with vitamin K2, which directs calcium to bones rather than artery walls. High-dose vitamin D without K2 risks arterial calcification over time. Smart superagers source K2 from fermented foods like natto, hard cheeses, animal liver, or combined supplements. The top advice? Regularly test blood levels to pinpoint vitamin D status and adjust accordingly. For seniors, optimal levels not only safeguard muscles but also strengthen bones, boost immunity, and reduce fall risk, a cornerstone of independent, active living. Beyond ensuring daily protein, a critical yet overlooked factor in senior muscle building is protein timing. Many assume eating enough protein daily suffices for muscle nourishment. However, recent research shows distribution throughout the day matters as much, if not more, than total intake. Anabolic resistance, an unavoidable aging trait, hampers muscle protein synthesis after meals past age 60. What worked effortlessly in youth becomes less effective, meaning the same protein amount yields diminished results. If seniors stick to heavy evening meals or one protein-rich meal daily, they miss key opportunities to build and maintain muscle. A Journal of Nutrition study found evenly distributing protein across 3 meals, 25, 30 g each, boosts muscle protein synthesis by 25% compared to consuming the same total in one meal. In a 12-week University of Texas trial, seniors using this strategy without changing lifestyle or activity gained an average 1.2 pounds of muscle just by eating at the right times. So what does a superager's ideal day look like? Breakfast swaps bread or cereal for protein-rich options like eggs, Greek yogurt, peanut butter, or protein smoothies. Lunch and dinner feature high-quality protein from lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy, or plant sources like soy, lentils, and chia seeds. For vegetarians or those limiting animal products, combining plant sources to cover essential amino acids is key. They also mind the anabolic window, the 3 to 4 hours post-meal when protein synthesis peaks. Missing protein at these times leaves the body muscle-starved, breaking down tissue for energy, a heightened risk for seniors with less muscle to spare. In short, it's not just eating enough, it's eating at the right time. This golden rule fuels the journey to sustain muscle strength in old age. Vibrant, independent seniors turn every meal into a strategic chance to nourish their bodies, consistently and scientifically. The final yet vital habit in preserving muscle and vitality in old age is embracing beneficial stressors, hormetic stressors. It sounds counterintuitive. Stress is typically negative, but in controlled doses, certain physiological pressures spark robust adaptation, enhancing muscle function, metabolism, and even longevity. In biology, hormesis describes how small doses of a harmful factor yield big benefits by prompting the body to recover stronger. Superagers regularly apply 3 hormetic stressors: temperature variation, intermittent fasting, and isometric contraction. First, temperature shifts. Healthy seniors use cold showers, ending with 30 to 60 seconds of cold water or brief cold plunges. Cold exposure activates brown fat, boosts mitochondrial production, and raises adiponectin, a hormone protecting muscle from degeneration. Conversely, saunas or hot baths trigger heat shock proteins, repairing damaged muscle fibers and preventing protein breakdown. Second, intermittent fasting. By limiting eating to an 8-10 hour window daily, superagers manage calories while activating autophagy, the cellular cleanup process that renews muscle mitochondria. Third, isometric contraction. Max effort pushing or pulling against an immovable object for 5 to 10 seconds. Though brief, these exercises send potent signals to muscle cells, maintaining size and function without joint strain. When applied correctly, hormetic stressors don't weaken the body. They drive adaptation and resilience, even at 70, 80, or beyond. From the scientific insights and practical strategies outlined, it's clear that maintaining and restoring muscle strength in old age is not only possible but fully within reach. Aging, often seen as an inevitable slide into weakness, frailty, and dependence, isn't a fixed fate. Superagers in their 70s and 80s, running, playing sports, climbing mountains, and living independently, prove the body's remarkable capacity to adapt and regenerate with the right daily choices. The key takeaway: daily habits determine whether one ages with frailty or enduring vitality. From progressive strength training, neuromuscular care, essential micronutrients, inflammation control, vitamin D optimization, protein timing, to beneficial stressors, each is grounded in solid science and actionable at home, with low cost but high reward. Sadly, as research notes, 93% of seniors remain unaware of these strategies, clinging to outdated advice misaligned with modern medical advances. Spreading accurate, practical knowledge is urgent, helping seniors not just live longer, but live stronger with purpose and independence. You don't need to adopt everything at once. Start with one simple habit like walking with isometric holds, adding protein to breakfast, or checking vitamin D levels to kickstart a positive aging journey. Gradually layer in other strategies, building a robust health foundation rather than waiting for decline to spur action. Ultimately, today's choices shape who you'll be in 10 or 20 years. Will you be a frail, dependent senior or an 80-year-old jogging at dawn, playing with grandkids and inspiring the next generation? The answer lies in your hands, and it starts now.